Hey y'all, we are the Rosharon French Readers home with a 3K pup baby, and today we are live for another Married Mom Entrepreneur talk and demo because today Babe wanted me to groom the bigger dogs, so that is what I will be doing. I just got the notification, which is awesome. Wait, I wonder if YouTube changed something because I got the notification on this phone too that's hosting our business page. I wonder if YouTube changed something. Y'all, I have what is going on all in a fam. Bam. I'm super proud of you, bro, and how you're growing. Um, I know we just text, but I am proud of you for trying and posting content. And I hope you found your groove. But it looks like that's what people like to see from you. They like to see Star with Zeus playing together, red text on the screen, which is called a text hook, by the way, and urban music. It looks like that's what people like to see from you. I would personally not change that. I would just build off of that. I wouldn't start doing anything else other than what you're doing. That is how you will know what people like versus what people don't like. I find that a lot of times as content creators, when we start growing, it can like overwhelm us sometimes, and then we start changing stuff, right? We start trying to adapt to the growth, and that's how we lose people. That's how we stun our growth. And I find that this is our 90,000 subscriber live stream. Y'all, we just hit 90,000 subscribers, which is totally amazing. This time last year, it wasn't looking like this. Let me see how many subscribers we had this time last year. But we were gaining about 1,000 subscribers a day. And my husband and I were meeting, and we, of course, we were thankful then. We are currently thankful now, of course. But we were meeting daily, really studying our analytics to see where the growth was coming from. And then I started changing stuff, right? I started changing stuff. We were doing our 12-hour marathons. They were doing amazing for the channel, bringing in domestic viewers, international viewers. It was just a great time. People always knew that you could catch us live. And then again, we started changing stuff. So this is the Married Mom Entrepreneur Live, where we talk about all things business, all things content creation, all things growth, operations, strategies, what we're working on behind the scenes, what we're working to improve, and what we want to see happen on our channel. And I love that now we have a place to meet daily to share ideas, to come up with different strategies and things to help business owners, not just content creators, but business owners. And if you guys are interested in learning how to become a content creator, we do have memberships open, different tiers. You pick what you can afford. But in our memberships and RB Creator University, that is where we go hands on, baby, and really teach you how to craft not just a YouTube channel, but a YouTube business. Use YouTube as a platform to grow your business. And I love that now everything has its place, and it feels amazing. But this time last year, today is June 9th, 2026. Okay. June 9th, 2025. What we had, baby. Let's see. I see my baby on the lab. June 9th. Let me see. Let me go to Lifetime. If y'all did not know you could do this, let me show you. And then we're gonna bring the pup fact. Look out. Okay, so I went to YouTube Studio, and then I went to subscribers, and then I clicked this drop down box. Thank y'all for subscribing. I clicked this drop down box and went to Lifetime, because when you first click on it, it will show you the last 28 days, right? Your graph for the last 28 days. And then, okay, somebody playing. It's fine. And then and then I went to Lifetime, so it could show us the Lifetime graph. So as y'all can see, let me see, we started on September 14th, actually, with 0 subscribers. And then by the next day we had 1, it was probably me. And then June 9th, where are we? June 9th? Y'all, June 9th. we had 955 subscribers. That growth is insane. Can we stay there for a moment? Can we, y'all, from June 9th, 2025 to June 9th, 2026. Wait, I gotta check the growth. We gotta check it. This is Married Mom Entrepreneur Live. We gotta check it. So 955 divided by 90,053 subscribers. I didn't do that right. 90,000. Wait, I want the percentage. I want the percentage of growth. So it should be what we had versus what we have, right? Times 100. No, that's not right. Y'all, somebody help me out. I was a sixth grade math teacher. Babe, how do I get the percentage of growth? Hey, baby. I'm trying to get the percentage of growth. Is that right? 94% growth? Y'all, somebody tell me on the live if this is right. Somebody tell me on the live. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. Hold on, no. Babe, help me out. Is that the right percentage of growth? 94%? Let me see. Oh, all in the family said that's right. All in the family, are you good with math? Let me know, bro. Let me know. Yeah, these curls are like out of control. We'll get it back together. Okay, bro said that is right. Bro said that is good. Bro, sorry for earlier. I almost got out of character with the troll earlier. Bro, it's not worth it. You're trying to get to 90, right? You're trying to get to 100K for what? You correct and you move on, just like in real life. Oh, babe, all in the family said math is my thing. So we have experienced 90%. No, 94% growth in a year. Where the marketing agency said they need to be hiring me, huh? 94% growth in a year. I need to put that on my resume. Which is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, because as you guys know, today is Tuesday. Today is actually Trust the Breeder Day, but this is Trust is getting ready to take a nap, so this is his nap time. So we won't have Trust the Breeder Tuesday, but I'm planning on still giving you guys some valuable content. For those of you who mistrust, we're sorry. But he's about to go to his room. Dad just fixed him some juice. What is going on, Bliss? So my husband has the baby. I'm not sure if he'll be able to be like out here mic'd up, hopefully, because I definitely want Babe to join in on this conversation, because today is like the first official episode of Married Mom Entrepreneur live talks, where we talk about all things money, all things business, all things operations, all things strategy, not just for content creators, but for business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, those who are honestly working to start, grow, and build a business, even working a 9 to 5, because times are really, really, really hard right now. And what I've been seeing lately on social media is full-time content creators having to go back to corporate America and getting a 9 to 5. And nothing is wrong with that. Sometimes you have to definitely build the dream first before you live the dream. And I've considered it myself. So I definitely want to get you guys' feedback today, because I'm actually planning to talk about if you're willing to risk your own money. And maybe I should put that in the chat. So let me put that in the chat actually. Are you willing to risk your own money when starting a business and waiting or watching for it to grow? So let's see. I'm waiting on YouTube. Okay, y'all. Let me put it in the chat. Okay. So are you willing to risk your own money to start a business and then watch it grow? All right. The poll is in the chat. Let me go get the first dog because I am planning to groom today. The setup is here. The baby is crying. I'm not sure if I will have to go grab the baby and strap him to me. Okay, so it looks like we have a vote already. Let me see. Thank you so much, Bliss, for modding for us. So we already have a vote. So I asked you guys, are you willing to risk your own money to start a business and then watch it grow? And the reason why I asked you guys, if you're willing to start a business and then, well, are you willing to risk your own money to start a business and then watch it grow, is because success does not happen overnight. Especially for those of us who are not standing on the shoulders of parents who handed us a family business, grandparents who may have had money, parents who may have had trust funds and certain things set up for us. I do believe that parents genuinely do what they can do for their children. And I didn't grow up in a household where I was taught entrepreneurship, although I was surrounded by a lot of people who worked extremely hard. Like, I remember growing up watching my grandfather, my late grandfather now, who had one leg from the Korean War. He had one leg and he did not make an excuse about it. He still did yard work. He still had his vegetable garden. He still had his livestock. He still took care of his household, his children, his grandchildren. He still was an amazing painter. He still drove with one leg. One leg. He made no excuses about it. My dad, a professional boxer, made no excuses about waking up really, really, really early in the morning to train. Me being so young, I just remember him waking up in the morning, putting like 3 raw eggs in a clear glass. That's all I kind of can remember at this time, but putting 3 raw eggs in a clear glass and drinking that before his morning runs. And we live by a levee in a trailer. And he would run up this levee every single day. I don't remember how many miles he would run a day, but he would run and train every single day. Every single day, he would train as a professional boxer, and he was undefeated. And I just remember, being a little girl and watching how hard my dad worked, to make his dream come true, and how he had bad management, and his management, took all of his money, and how he never really recovered from that, and how after his professional athletic career was over, it's like he never really found that thing that was worth working that hard for again. And then his life took a turn, to alcoholism, and things got really dark for him. But I remember those things as a child. I remember, my mom working tirelessly, becoming a single parent almost, overnight, and having to take care of this little girl that was very ambitious and wanted to be in everything. I remember that as a child. And I remember my grandmother, who never had a driver's license, but she got to work. She walked to work miles. Don't do that, baby. She walked miles to work. She never made an excuse. Never once made an excuse. She didn't have a driver's license. She would walk to work. So I now I feel so compelled to like share these stories with you guys, because a lot of my hometown heroes, and I'm sure Babe has so many too. And I'm, so excited for him to start sharing more of his journey, his testimony with you guys. But a lot of my hometown heroes are the reason why I work so hard now. So if I have to go back into corporate America to help redesign a life for our family, I'm willing to do that. Like, no questions asked. If I have to make the sacrifice and go back to work and not forsake our dream, but to help my husband and contribute my part, I'm willing to do that. I will do that gladly, because the men and the women I grew up around, it wasn't about them being happy. It was about their family being safe and secure. And they were willing to put their feelings over what they didn't feel like doing. When I say feelings, I mean trying to do the best that they could with what they had to make sure that their kids could eat. And what I'm starting to see online is so many content creators not giving up on their dream, but finding ways to express themselves once they get home from work. Finding ways to still work in corporate America, but donate their time, their energy, their money, their resources to their dream, but just not full time. But that's why I asked you guys the question today: are you willing to risk your own money to start a business and then watch it grow? Because sometimes you can plant seeds and it might take 1 year, it might take 2 years, it might take 3 years, for that one seed to grow. Are you willing to plant seeds that take longer to grow? If it's a seed and it's planted, wait, trust. If it's a seed and it's planted on fertile ground, eventually it'll grow. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but this is a very meaningful conversation that I want to have today. I will go get the dogs and start our grooming segment. We thought Trust was gonna take a nap, but he's not. My husband has the baby. I don't know how this is gonna go, but it's been fueling me. I've been studying really, really hard this week. I've been researching. I've been trying to understand where we are in our planting season, where our spiritual garden is, what God sees for us, what he has for us, what he wants us to do with this business. How does he want us to operate as, a husband and a wife in family business, still with the platform? How are things going to be when we hit 100K? What do I need to be doing as the social media marketing strategist to get us to 100K? So many things have just been overwhelming me these last couple of days. That's kind of why I've been so silent, because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. And I feel like when you have a platform and you're trying to build your name and you're trying to build your brand, it's so easy to complain sometimes. It's so easy to complain because a lot of times you look at so many other creators and you're like, wow, wait, this creator only has 30,000 subscribers and they're already getting brand deals? This creator lives in Houston too. So why do they have 500,000 subscribers and they've only been on YouTube for a year? This creator does reactions and that's how they're growing. So maybe we start doing reactions, we'll grow too. But maybe that's not your seed to plant. Maybe God doesn't want you to do reactions to grow. Maybe God just wants you to be a unified force on social media, building a family business that's veteran owned in your home until he tells you to do something else. So I feel like this year, God has been whispering obedience to me a lot. I just been hearing obedience. Obedience and patience. Those two themes have been ringing in my ear here lately. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. But okay, let's go to the chat. Y'all, this is going to be a good conversation today. I'm really excited about it. Are you willing to risk your own money and wait? I'm excited about it because I actually want to mic my husband up, and because I have some questions for him. But y'all, Trust is cutting up. Okay, he ain't ready yet. But when I can, y'all, when I can. Okay, so all in the family is here. Bro, are you at work? All in the family said, "What's up, bro?" Okay. All in the family said, "This is good." Oh no, I read that. All right. Bliss is here. Shout out to our moderator, Bliss. Okay. Kay said, "Hey everyone." Kay is here too. Okay, y'all, the family is here. Oh Lord, Bailey's here too. Okay, and Kay is at work. Okay, all in the family said no, I'm at home. Okay, so y'all, again, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but I'm actually really, really, really excited that we can start having these conversations. Bailey, the puppies are here. I will let y'all see them soon. Dream is back in the, did you tell them, babe? Dream is back in the house? Dream is back in the house. That is my energy angel. And then Charity's over there. And then of course the big dogs are in the Puppy Palace, and then Dream's last two sons that are available are in the Puppy Palace as well. We want to socialize them. We want to get them, used to being around the bigger dogs. We are preparing them to go to their forever homes, and it's just a lot going on. But y'all, how do y'all feel about full-time content creators going back to work? Let's talk about it. And it's no judgment. Let's talk about it. Let's have the conversation. And then while I do that, I want to thank you, Bailey, for being here. Honestly, I want to go get. Well, let me sit up. I want to go get one of the bigger dogs so we can start their grooming because today is grooming day. So that camera will be there. I need to set up. Here. Okay. Audio sounds good. Y'all double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen for me, please. Okay. So okay, Kay said it's okay. Sometimes things change. And that is absolutely true, Kay. And y'all, sometimes things change. Y'all, everyday things change. Y'all, we never ever thought. Well, I'll speak for me. I won't speak for my husband because I'm not sure how he feels. I never thought we would be doing a clearance sale again. I never thought we would be doing a clearance sale again. Sometimes I equate hard work to opportunity. That's so far from the truth. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work. Sometimes you have to create the opportunity. Sometimes, like, even people who work hard every day of their lives still have misfortune. They still lose their homes. They still lose their cars. Like, y'all, the fires and the floods that are going on all over the world right now, I'm pretty sure some people who work really, really, really hard, would have loved to be skipped over because they work so hard and not have their house flooded or not have, their house burned down to pieces because they work so hard. But that's not life. Sometimes misfortune meets people who still work really, really, really hard. And I grew up watching people work hard every day and not make excuses. So I'm used to watching like my hometown heroes build the life that they want or build the life that they could set their children up to have. So when it's something that I really, really, really want that I don't have yet, it bothers me. I can't sleep. Y'all can ask my husband. Y'all, if it's something that I want and I don't have it yet, and it's not even materialistic, it's like opportunity. That's one thing that drives me, opportunity. Like if it's something that I want and I haven't gotten it yet, I will not sleep until one, I figure it out, I learn it, I research, I read, I study. Whoever I have made a mentor in my head, like I will not sleep. I cannot rest. I can't think. I can't function until I achieve the thing that I have set out to do. So whatever I have to do, whatever sacrifices I have to make, and I'm saying I'm speaking for myself. My husband has y'all in the morning for his daily dog dad duties live, but for the Married Mom Entrepreneur Live, I will speak for me. Whatever I have to do to make sure that our company can last and be built on a solid foundation, I will do. So if that means me going back into corporate America, that's what we're doing. If that means we have to go live on lunch breaks, we have to go live the minute I touch down in the house. We have to go live, whenever I get an hour to reflect or rest. So be it. But I've never been taught or groomed to start something and not finish it. So us building Rosharon Frenchie Breeders and then the 6 other businesses that are like arms or extensions of our business, even our memberships, y'all take that very seriously. Y'all are extensions of us, and we care about y'all, and we want y'all to live, grow, and thrive like we are. But I take that very, very, very seriously. And I feel like I never even told my husband this, but this is the third business. This is the third veteran-owned business that I've started. The other 2 didn't last. They didn't have a solid foundation. I was working by myself. I was still in the military. I had a vision, but I didn't have partnership. And it was really, really, really hard for me to bring my vision to fruition working by myself. In life and in business, you need people. And my husband reminds me of that all of the time. In life and in business, babe, you need people. Don't burn bridges with people. If somebody does you wrong, forgive them and move on. But don't burn bridges with people. Don't hate people. Forgive, 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 forgive. And I feel like, y'all, I feel like for a long period of time before I had children, I feel like I was harboring so much unforgiveness in my heart. And it took me to get married and have kids for me to understand the power in forgiveness, because forgiveness is not necessarily for you. Forgiveness could be for your kids too. Because if you're parenting from a broken place, right? If you're parenting from a place where, you scared of people, you don't want nobody around you, everybody, you're looking for everybody to do you wrong, nobody's pure, nobody's this, nobody that, those same thoughts and beliefs that you have, you will pass down to your kids. And it took me to become a mom for me to start dealing with some of my childhood trauma and understanding that, for me to be a good wife, for me to be a good mom, I needed to first be a good person. And that kind of goes without saying, duh. But y'all understand what I'm saying. And then starting my, and when I say this is our third business, I mean like registered by the state, the government knows about it, like it's a functioning business, LLC, like veteran-owned business. I feel like the first 2 was like a look at me, like I'm still trying to prove people wrong. Like I wanted to be in business to look successful. I wanted to be in business to kind of like flaunt my growth and show people that, yeah, I could do it on my own. And I feel like that's why I had to terminate those businesses. But now I feel like, man, okay, like I'm married, my husband supports me. We have these 2 beautiful boys that we're raising and bringing up. We want to train them in the family business. We want them to inherit a family business. We want them to continue the legacy. I feel like, man, if you give up on that, like you give up on your kids. And I take it that seriously. So even if I have to go back to work, okay, I'll go back to work. But I feel like it's an opportunity. I'm gonna get to the comments, y'all. I feel like it's an opportunity for me to grow, for me to be around people again, for me to, sharpen my skills, for me to even make connections. Maybe, maybe we meet some partners, we meet some investors who are willing to invest in Rosharon Frenchie Breeders. That's what I'm hoping for. So, oh my baby. Oh, Ben. I just so happened to look down at the comments. Oh, Ben. Y'all stop it. Y'all already know, baby. Y'all listen. Y'all already know. You can send me a penny, baby. I'm gonna be all on the floor with it. Okay. Y'all already know. It don't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. Y'all, I'm so thankful. But honestly though, y'all, whatever we have to do, y'all, we will do to make this company flourish, to make it last, to give it, you know, a solid foundation, so that hopefully one day, you know, we can start meeting you guys, you know, we can start traveling and interviewing you guys for some live interviews. That's my hope, that's my dream, that's my prayer. And I know it can and will come true. I know it can, I know it can, I know it can. I know it can. So every day my husband gets up, y'all, is a sacrifice. Y'all, and we barely get sleep. Let me start there. Y'all, we barely get any sleep. I'm a breastfeeding mom. So first of all, ma'am, if you thought you were gonna sleep, you're not. Okay. So I'm a breastfeeding mom. Trust is 2. We don't allow Trust to sleep in his room yet. The baby's room is being taken over by office equipment, a desk, and other supplies. So we don't even allow the babies to sleep in his room. So they're in the bed with us. Trust sleeps horrible across the bed. The baby eats all night. My husband, he sleeps on the edge of the bed. He sleeps on the edge of the bed. But these are just like some of the physical sacrifices that we make every night. But it doesn't matter what time he goes to bed, y'all. He's gonna get up. He's gonna take care of his family. He's gonna take care of these dogs, and he will go live. That's one thing I would give him. So, in addition to my hometown heroes, I have a hero right here in the house that I see every day, that I get to work with every day. And to be honest, y'all, I recently added Rosharon Frenchie Breeders LLC to my resume. And it felt so good. It felt so good to see that although I've been quote unquote out of work, I've still been working alongside my husband and still building a business, still building a brand, and turning a dream into a media company. And it blows my mind that we've it's just so crazy. I mean, it's a lot that I could say that in time y'all will kind of understand. And for those of you who do get it, you know, I thank y'all for growing with us. But I see so much for this channel. I see so much for this channel. And it means so much more that I get to do it with my family. When before I was trying to build a media company, I actually had a marketing agency, a registered veteran-owned marketing agency. Before, when I was trying to build my marketing agency, I had no support. I had a lot of resources, but I had very little support. And I didn't have any partners. I didn't have anybody contributing. I didn't have a sounding board. None of my friends were content creators. Like, I mean, I was trying to do this in a time where it was kind of frowned upon for you to say I'm a full-time content creator. Like, nobody really said that. Like, nobody said that and was like, this is what I do. Like, I don't know what y'all do, but this is what I do. And they would get side-eyed. So now I feel like, you know, it's kind of it has become the thing to say. But back when I was trying to do it, it was frowned upon. It's like, you're trying to be a full-time content creator? Like what? Like you're uneducated? Like what? You don't have any job skills? Like, girl, go get a full-time job. You know, but I thank God that I didn't give up on my dream. I thank God that I kept pressing, and I've made so many mistakes. I've deleted a whole monetized channel, just being ungrateful, just being ungrateful, being traumatized, but a whole monetized channel with thousands of subscribers that was making money every single month. And who knows? And my husband and I just had this conversation the other day. Who knows where the Miss Dreeks channel would have been now with over, well, to it at the time, I don't want to lie, at the time I think it had over 500 videos. I'm not really sure, but I deleted over 300 something videos kind of revamped the channel, was so heartbroken when I got out of the military, deleted all the content, deleted the channel, lost my name, everything. But now hindsight, right? Hindsight is, okay, yes, you were getting out of the military. I was transitioning, well, I'm talking to myself, but hindsight. Yes, you were getting out of the military. You were transitioning your life. You didn't know what tomorrow was going to look like, but go with it. It's okay. Just go with it. If I could have talked to myself back then when I was in that mind space of forget it all, I'm just going to delete it and start over, I would have told myself to just see what happens. Just see what happens. You don't know what could become of your life. You don't know, that you're going to meet your husband. You don't know that you're going to one day have kids. Like just take a pause. Don't make an emotional decision. But I did. I made very emotional decisions, and who knows where that business would be today. Like I'm retired now, but who knows where that business would be today if I would have just stayed strong mentally, not giving up, not succumb to pressure or uncertainty, and just, you know, walk by faith and not by sight, and just trusted God to kind of see me through my transition. But hey, you live and you learn. And from those lessons, now I know better. Even when things get hard with Rosharon Frenchie breeders, don't give up, stand firm. Even when you don't know what tomorrow will look like, it's okay. You're not supposed to know. Nobody knows what tomorrow will look like, but we all have to live it if we get waking up. So just live it. Take it a day by day. But I wasn't strong enough. I was very young, very naive to the world. I wasn't strong enough to weather the tide. And even though I was a very hardworking, focused individual, I guess I didn't have the experience to know, um, or the wisdom to know, the understanding to know that nobody knows what tomorrow will look like. Nobody knows what their life will look like once they get out of the military until they're out of the military and they live long enough to see, the life that they could create. But I wanted to share that with you guys. That's been on my heart for a while. A lot of you, thank you so much, Ben. Ben. Y'all make me blush, man. Y'all can be doing it. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I know I don't talk about it a lot, but your girl was in the military. I did, do my time. Thank God I'm retired now. Well, I retired from the military. I medically retired from the military. I got hurt, but I served my country. I was a firecracker, literally called like Miss Fix It. I have an IT background, a psychology background, well, a clinical psychology background, and now a marketing background. And coupled together, I just feel like God allowed me to go through all of those phases of life, to prepare me for today. And that's why I love mentoring, I love counseling, I love consulting, because a lot of y'all look at us, but you don't know what we've gone through. You don't know, you don't know everything that has built us up to get here, to be here, to stand here, to weather the storm, to understand the dog market, to understand YouTube and the ebbs and flows, and to still live stream every day even when we don't feel like it, to get up early in the morning when you're tired, your body is aching. My husband is undergoing surgery after surgery and having some medical things going on with him, but he still steadfast to his mission and his cause. Like to have a child, a C-section, be recovering from a C-section, but still be a dog breeder. A lot of y'all see us and y'all might not know why, but now you know why. Or if you don't know why, you will become to know why. Like why we love what we do so much, why we're so on fire for our mission and our cause, is because this is what we prayed for. So every day, of course, is not a good day. Every moment won't be a good moment, but this is the life I prayed for. This is the life I cried for. This is the life that I one day wished I had. So now that I have it, what you mean you don't want to go to work? Like, what you mean? Like, what you mean you don't want kids? These are the kids you pray for. These are the kids you cried for. Like, what do you mean you don't want to take care of your dogs? These are the dogs that are funding your kids' future. What do you mean you don't want to go live? What do you mean you don't want to create content? There was a time where you had 0 subscribers, trying to get 1, trying to get 2, trying to get 10. So now that you have tens of thousands, you don't want to work? What do you mean you don't want to be nice to people? There were a time where people tore you up and down. What do you mean you don't want to forgive? You want to be forgiven? What do you mean? Like, these are the types of conversations that I have with myself, and these are the types of conversations that my husband and I have, because we live in a world where society tells you, "Oh, it's okay, girl, go to work. Girl, you work for yourself. You can get up when you want. You can do what you want. Go live every day. Why would you go live every day? Y'all about to hit 100K. At this point, y'all could just coast it out." Like, we live in a world that tells you that working hard won't get you there. We kind of live in a world that kind of tells you that it's okay to be mediocre. It's okay to not try. It's okay to use your beauty. It's okay to use, your charm to get what you want. But that's not what we want to teach our children. So if daddy works hard, if mommy works hard, if we want to teach our children to work hard, then we have to work hard. If we want our children to persevere when times get hard, then then daddy and mommy have to persevere when times get hard. If we want our children to be respectful young men, to not disrespect people when they disrespect them, then we have to show them that we won't disrespect people when they disrespect us. I can't tell Trust to stop doing something that I'm doing. Babe can't tell Ashore to not say something that he says. So we have to model who we want them to be in our homes. When they go out into the world, they will see people from all walks of life. We don't want to shelter our kids. We want to prepare them for the world, but we also want to create a world inside of the world, if that makes sense. And for the parents on the live, I know you understand what I'm saying. We want to create a world inside of their own little world. And then when they're old enough to do what they want, go where they want, and they're married and they have kids, I hope and pray that the legacy that we're working so hard to build for them, that they'll continue it. So, when it was just me and Babe, y'all didn't see us then, but when it was just me and Babe, of course, we did what we want. We wore what we want. We, traveled where we wanted, and we were okay with that. But now I watch what I wear. I'm raising 2 sons. Now I watch what I say. I'm raising 2 sons. Now I have to protect where I go. I'm raising 2 sons. Now I choose what I do. I'm raising 2 sons. Just because I can do nails, do hair, start a business, promote businesses, this, that, I don't have to do all of that. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. And multi-talented individuals have to understand that. Just because you can do 10 things doesn't mean you should try to be doing all 10 things at one time. Pick and choose. Maybe you don't operate in all of your gifts all of the time, and that's okay. Maybe some of the gifts that God has given you, maybe you lend them to other people. Maybe you train other people to operate in your gift. That way it's not dying, but you're not operating in it. But y'all, that's my spiel for today. I've kind of been like holding all of that in. I wanted to have this conversation with y'all yesterday, but we had some stuff to do. And I was kind of feeling like my energy wasn't right to like really have this conversation. But I asked you guys a question: are you willing to risk your own money? And let's see, 75% of you guys. You want the mic? You want a mic? No. Oh. Listen to men, women who want to unite together, read
respectable degree. Maybe he or she don't even have a degree.
Wait, Fried Chicken said, listen to men and women who went to university and got a respectable degree. I have 3. That's what I don't understand about people. That's what I really don't understand about people.
But we don't give them or she the
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And nobody has to brag about their accomplishments. We're not here for that. Nobody has to brag about their accomplishments, or y'all will just see. Y'all will just see. But I mean, it's people. People are so. That's what's so crazy about the world is that y'all people will sit at home in their misery and truly want you to be miserable with them. Y'all, darkness hates light. Darkness hates light, hates it. And I'm actually happy that person said this, because this is something else that I've been wanting to talk to y'all about, but I wanted to share this with the members actually. I really, really, really wanted to share this with the members. And I will more in depth. So I'll just make it light here and then I'll expound with the members. But we've been being attacked here a lot lately. My husband gets it really bad in the morning, extremely bad in the morning. Here lately, I feel like the hate has been increasing. But what I'm coming to understand about life and how people see someone who is walking in their call, operating in their gifts, and not afraid to say their personal opinions on what they've learned or lost about in life is this. It's very hard. You have to be a very strong person to see someone be who you want to be and not be jealous. You got to be really strong in your mind and in your heart. You got to be strong to see someone living in a house that you want to live in and you're not there yet. You have to be really, really strong to see someone operating a business that you want, or the kind of business that you want, and not allow jealousy to take over in your heart. You got to be strong. You have to be strong to see a husband and a wife operating together, working together, living together, raising children together, and that's not the life that you have yet. You have to be strong to not be jealous of those things, because I once didn't have it. There was a point in time in my life where I didn't have the husband that I have now, where I was praying to find or have a man find me that could love all of me, not a piece of me, but all of me with my little opinionated self. I used to pray for the day that babe would come into my life. I used to pray for the day that I would have children to love and children that would love me. There was a time where doctors told me I would never have children. I didn't know that this day would come. There was a time where I told y'all I had to like cancel 2 businesses before. This is our third registered business. There was a time that I prayed to have a successful business. And money doesn't always equate to success either. But there was a time that I prayed to have purpose, that I prayed to have skills, even though I was a very skillful person. And when I mean there was a time that I prayed to have skills, I mean there was a time that I prayed for useful skills. Not just I have 3 degrees, I have 3 certificates, I've gone to cosmetology school, I was a licensed therapist, I've worked here, I've worked there. Okay, I've been interviewed on NBC, ABC, Yahoo News, Washington Post, on different radio shows, different talk shows. I worked on web series, like real TV shows that got picked up in LA, like worked on real life movie sets, like done a whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, you go home, you still feel empty. You still feel misunderstood. You still feel like you're not doing enough to contribute to the world. You still feel like you have more time, or that you need more time to really feel to really discover that thing that thing that makes you you that nobody can ever take from you. So now when people see us and they say things like when they say things like that to us, like, I don't have anything to prove to you. I don't need to go in a room and show my degrees. Why? We don't lead with that. You don't have to know that I'm educated to trust that when we breed a French Bulldog that is going to be quality. Because y'all see us every day. We run a very transparent business practice. You don't have to know that I've done this, that. You don't have to know that what my husband has done. Now, will we share it? Yes, of course. We're not hiding it. But I feel like success is what you create. It's not really what you achieve. Because could we have the big house? Yes, of course. Could we have the fancy cars? Yes, of course. However, will that make us happy? Will that bring us peace? I mean, maybe. We don't know. Right? We don't know, huh, babe, until we have it. Right. But we want to build a solid foundation. So when people come on and they attack my husband, I could take it. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, whatever. If you think I'm dumb, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I recently listened to a podcast from Cardi B, and people who are believers or whatever might say, okay, well, why were you watching a podcast watching Cardi B? And I would say this. We cannot judge someone based on how they look all of the time, what they say all of the time. Yes, you can make observations, but Cardi B is actually a believer. That shocked me as well. Every platform she goes on, she talks about being a believer. She talks about Jesus. She talks about how she allows faith to guide her. Every platform she goes on, she's not shy about her faith. Now, will she curse? Will she talk about people? Will she? Yes, that's her personality. She does those things, but she doesn't negate to tell people where her help comes from. But anyway, I was watching a podcast that Cardi B was on. She was being interviewed, and she said, "You know what I love?" And then they were like, "What?" And get down, Just. And they were like, "What do you love?" And she was like, "I love that people underestimate me. I love that people think I'm dumb." Because when I walk into a room and people think I'm dumb, I'm clocking you. I'm taking note. Okay, that person thinks I'm dumb. They've insulted me. That person feels this, that, whatever. Okay, cool. Taking note. And then when I speak, then they know, oh, she's not one to get over on. She knows what she wants. She has goals. She can take our company to the next level. And I said, wow, look at me learning from Cardi B. But that just goes to show you really can't judge a book by its cover, because you really never know what somebody has gone through. And their journey is not your story. And I've had to learn that the hard way. Their journey is not your story. And your story is your story. And unless you tell it, nobody will ever hear it. But y'all, when it comes to growth and strategy, life and loss, I could talk about this all day. But I'm supposed to be grooming the dogs. But I appreciate you guys. I know I missed some messages. Let me see. But fried chicken yesterday. First of all, the name is a troll name. Second of all, I have to be careful about what I say, because certain people are watching us, and I will definitely watch what I say in response to you. But I pray that you find the help and the peace that you need. Because for you to say, if my daughter was making YouTube live streams, I'd be so disappointed in myself. You probably should be disappointed in yourself that you're watching someone live and accomplish their dreams, and you are stunting yours by being so bitter. So I think the lesson here today is, even in life, in your journey, you're as a content creator, a small business owner, an entrepreneur, you will come across so many people that will judge you, that will lie on you, that will be conniving, that might steal from you, that will literally be working against you, but you still have to stand firm. Not everybody is happy with where they are in life, and that's absolutely okay. And I wish things didn't have to be that way. But there are some people who will want what you have. There are some people that will try to tear you down because maybe they're not as bold as you. Maybe they are stagnant in their journey and they're looking for inspiration. And instead of them sharing their admiration, they share hate. And it shouldn't be that way. But, I know if I had a daughter that that has walked through the fire and came out on the other side and still can love, still can get up in the morning, still can take care of her children, still can build a business, I would be right there with her. Right there with her, cheering her on every step of the way. That's what I would do for my daughter. Because it's y'all, the things that kids go through today is like the bullying. And yeah, I was bullied in school too. I don't know if babe was bullied in school, but I was like treacherously bullied in school. The things that kids go through today and the things that kids survive today, if they were to take an ounce of the fortitude that it takes for a child to grow up in this world in 2026 and turn that pain into passion, y'all, it will be a different world. And for those children who have learned how to do that, they're millionaires. It's so many young millionaires in Houston. It's crazy. And that's what I love about Houston too. But it's absolutely crazy how many young millionaires you will find rolling up in Houston, sitting courtside. Okay. But Ben Tuck said she's trying her hardest. Kay Frenchie said I agree completely. Kay Frenchie said a lot of the time it's the skin. Okay, okay. All in the family. It's fine. Y'all already know. Yeah, we don't have nothing to prove to nobody. We really don't. We don't have anything to prove to anybody. That's why we live our lives loudly. And we make no apologies about it. But okay. Babe, why is it saying this live is not monetized? And I turned it on. Automatic ads aren't on, but I'll fix that. Okay. All in family said, I know because June 6th makes a year. Faith went to the hospital and I support whatever she wants to do. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When trust is our age in 30 years, we don't even know what jobs AI will create. Like like right now, y'all, right now the federal government is hiring people to train AI. That's just how big AI will be. My background is in IT, like information technology. So it's just crazy to think that although AI is getting rid of a lot of jobs, AI is also creating a lot of jobs. So if we are raising our children, right, to be successful in life, whatever they choose. If Trust grows up and he's like, Mom, I don't want to run the family business. I want to do something else. Okay, I want to be a banker. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. Whatever. What I want to be a music artist. Whatever Trust wants to be, I pray that we have set him up to accomplish his dreams. Whatever Ashore wants to be, I pray that we have set him up to accomplish his dreams, whatever they want to be, as long as they are doing it morally and ethically. That's all I ask. Now, our sons becoming football players, I don't know about it. I don't want nobody to hit my child. But I mean, whatever they choose to be, that's totally up to them. But I just feel like, there are so many opportunities for kids now. Like, y'all, there are like little children that can code, that can build like apps, like little kids that can build like apps on phones. There are little kids in California, they take coding classes in school. Like 9-year-old kids, they go to coding camps in the summer. So I'm like, wait a minute. When I was growing up in Louisiana, we didn't have coding classes. You know, we had French class, we had cooking, we had sewing, we had PE, but nobody was coding. So when you think of that, right, it's like, okay, what do I need to do as a parent to make sure that I give my children privilege? And when I say privilege, I don't mean privilege of skin, I mean privilege of opportunity. Like what do we need to do as husband and wife to allow our children to take a coding camp class? How much is a coding camp for the whole summer? Like, what do we need to do to put our kids in professional track and field training camps or football camps or soccer camps? How much does that cost? Like, those are the types of things that I'm thinking about. Like, how do we need to set up our lives so that when our kids are old enough to ask to do things, that we have the money to fund that? So, yeah. Oh, he want to see. So, yo, whatever we got to do, whatever we have to do, and Trust is a little singer. He's a little performer. He loves content creation. He loves photography and videography. I don't know if he'll take after. Well, he probably will take after mom. But whatever we need to do to set them up for success, that's what we're gonna do. And however much it costs, that's how much it costs, and we will figure it out. But stop, Trust. But I have. What should I tell them, babe? Should I tell them what we working on? Or wait. Okay. But but wait a second. Oh. But yeah, I have started applying to federal jobs, and some really, really, really great opportunities have come our way. And now we're just trying to figure out what will work for our family. Like, when I say good opportunities, I mean like Secret Service opportunities. But let me preference with this. I don't want to do anything that would have us like erase our identity, or we got to drop off the map. If I was single, I would completely be okay with that. That was the track I was on. But I'm not. I'm a married mom entrepreneur. So I want to do something that can just, support my dream too of being a married mom entrepreneur, and can fund our future, and then can enhance the business and can give our kids, a better life. But not just that, but I want to work around amazing people. Like, I feel like I've always had people around me who are smarter than me, who have had years and years of experience, like 15 plus years of experience. I've always been trained by the best of the best. It didn't matter what I was doing. When I was a student athlete running track, I trained with professional athletes. When I was in the military, trying to find my way, I trained with warrant officers who have been doing the same job for 15 years. Whatever it is when I was a clinical therapist, trying to find my way and figure out if I was going to get my PhD, I was being trained by my college professor who had a PhD and was living her dream. Like, I've always been trained and mentored by people who were doing the thing that I wanted to do. So if you don't have a mentor, I would definitely say find one. Find the best mentor that you could find. Find somebody who's living the life that you want to live. Find somebody that's doing the job that you want to have. Find somebody that is literally designing their life how you kind of see your life being designed. And you can't go wrong. As long as they're willing to be open and honest with you, you can never go wrong in that. And I've been afforded some really, really, really great mentors, even though some of them have passed on, they're not here. I'm still very, very, very grateful for all of those experiences, because looking back on it, and I think about a lot of the things that I've accomplished in my life. And I was just having this conversation with Babe. I was telling Babe, and he was telling me, I was like, Babe, a lot of this stuff is not normal. Like, it's not normal. A federal job? That's not normal. Like, who can say they work for the federal government? That's not normal. We think it's normal because we're so used to excellence. Like we're so used to good things happening to us because we work so hard. But a lot of this stuff is not normal. And I was looking at some of the job opportunities and I was like, Lord Jesus, like Lord, let me just close my eyes and pick one. And it's so crazy because I told my husband this the other day. I said, babe, they've been emailing me about these jobs since I got out of the military. And I just would, oh, whatever, oh, whatever, oh, whatever, oh, whatever. Like, I have been getting emails about federal jobs for probably 4 years. 4 years now. 4 years. I have been bypassing job offers, emails, like opportunities, 4 years. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready mentally. Either I was pregnant, postpartum, in between seasons, trying to rediscover who I was now that I was out of the military, or not prepared to go back in the workforce. Like, just wasn't ready. And now I feel like I'm ready. So we'll see. But I'm really excited. We will see what this next chapter of our lives look like, and how we're gonna run the business, and what the content will look like. But I'm really excited about it. And y'all be the first to know what we decide for our family. But you know, um, I do feel like it's gonna be a journey. I will have to restructure my mind. I'll have to be on a rigid regular routine again. um it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, but it is a sacrifice. We're doing it for the business. And we didn't raise capital to start our business. We didn't have venture capital funding. We didn't do a GoFundMe. Um we didn't find investors. We had no investors. We were the investors for our company. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to build a company and to build a business and to have the resources to support a business, because this is not a hobby. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot to fund it. So that's what we've been working on. I've wanted to tell y'all for a while that I was like considering it. The conversation would kind of come up at times. With my husband, we would kind of like entertain the idea, like, babe, what? But we would joke about it. But babe, what would it look like if I went back to work? Like, what would life be like if the kids were in daycare? Like, we would joke about it. But hey, I think that day will come, and come really, really soon. And I'm ready for the journey. So, we will see. But the prayer is that we show you guys life as a married couple raising 2 boys in Houston, Texas, and still trying to build a dog breeding business and social media marketing agency. That's the prayer, is that we can still show you guys us trying to build this media company with a 9 to, well, I don't know what the schedule will be, but a 9 to 5, or a corporate job, or a federal government job, or contract, or however it plays out for us, whether I'm working remotely or in house. But I'm really, really, really excited about the opportunity. I feel like even now, like how I speak, I try not to let doubt cloud my judgment because again, none of us know what tomorrow will look like, and that's okay. We don't have to know. And whether I'm working from home or I am clocking in, essentially, like having to be away from home, we will, run over that hurdle when it comes. Whether the boys have to go to daycare, we have to find a daycare. Babe stays home, he works, Trust stays with Babe, the baby goes to daycare. We don't know what our lives and business will look like, but we're really excited about it. Whether we keep the dogs, don't keep the dogs, keep some dogs, still breed, don't breed, we don't know. What investments we'll make, or I guess what other investments we'll make, we don't know. But what I do know is God will never fail us. He has not and will not, cannot fail us. And we're gonna trust in his plan for our lives with him giving us free will to decide. So I want to decide to be a part of a team, to network, to build resources, um, to connect with people who are like-minded. I feel like that's a downside of working from home and trying to build a business is that you're not out in the community. You don't know who could be down the street working on their dream too. You don't know. You don't know what people out there exist who may be like you, who may share the same values as you. So a lot of decisions to make, a lot of transitions to make. I've already started cleaning out my closet, my side of the closet. But Babe did it too. Babe cleaned out his closet too. Um, to kind of like prepare for me getting up in the morning and choosing business attire, and it's not a sundress, it's this. So I had to like compartmentalize our closet to make it easier. I've learned this from my husband, and I'm gonna wrap up with this. um y'all, my husband is a very methodical person, and his mind works in like systems. So when we were having the conversation, you want me to get him? Trust is asleep, right? Okay. Oh, I think he wants to go outside. But Trust is finally asleep, so I still might get the groom. I might not be able to do it live though. But when my husband and I were having the conversation about whether or not I should go back to work now that the baby is walking and old enough, strong enough to be weaned off of me and to possibly either stay with him or go to daycare, we were talking about it, and he was like, "Babe, it's going to happen really quickly. Whenever you start applying, I don't foresee it being this long process. I foresee it being, okay, you applied, okay, interview, okay, job." And he said, "You need to start preparing now. Your hair, like your wardrobe, you getting up in the morning, you going to bed earlier, you getting your rest, me spending more time with the boys so that they can semi-detach from you." Like I love that even though I've been out of corporate America and I've been out of work, that I've still been working with my husband, and he has a special way of doing things that is really like nobody I've ever seen before. I feel like my husband is like an engineer by trade. Even though he's never been an engineer, he's always worked in like procurement and like things like that. But I feel like the way he engineers time is very special. So when I decided to start applying for jobs, and he told me that like we're not gonna have time. Like we're not gonna have time. The time you think you're gonna have, we're not gonna have that time. And so when he told me that, I was like, oh, see, I'm more of a like a spontaneous person. Like, come what may, like, okay, we will deal with it together as a family. That's me. He's more of a no, prepare yourself now. You're not gonna have the time that you think you're going to have. So like start wrapping your mind around it now. Don't wait until you get the job. Like, okay, start trying to get yourself on a regular routine, because once you get the job, it's not gonna be time to try to fix your mind around, okay, now I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. When I used to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning before, and I wouldn't go to bed until 2, 3 o'clock because I'm up working all night. So understand that you won't be able to stay up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning working. You're going to have to get rest. You're going to be in a very different environment, a very strict environment with professional people who don't care that you're running a business at home. They want you to get to work on time. They want you to be prompt and professional, and they want you to be sharp. So I was like, man, I'm interpreting how he told me, but I'm like, man, that's so true. Like, I gotta get on it. So I kind of went missing for a while, and I didn't realize that at the time that God was already mentally transitioning me to a federal job. Babe started and all of this happened like within a matter of like days. When Babe started his daily dog dad duties live series, that's kind of when God started working on me and allowing me to see a different kind of life. I never thought I would go back into corporate America. There is no way possible I could have foreseen this. No way possible. No, I did not foresee it. I thought the life that we were going to design was me being retired, working from home, building this business with my husband. If he wanted to go back to work, cool. My goal was to retire him. We build this business with the kids from home. When the kids start school, we will then retire from breeding, but still be building the media company. And I will volunteer at the school, and that will be life. And we will make it. That's what I was thinking. And here I am, 38 years old, a married mom entrepreneur, 2 kids, and about to go back into corporate America to live her dream. So life is crazy, man. Life is crazy, crazy, crazy. It life is y'all, life is very crazy. But hey, we will do what we gotta do. Okay. All right, Bliss. Let's see. Hey, Sarah. Okay, Promotional Grind TV said, hi, Slinzy. Promotional Grind TV said, I just came home and my Frenchie is pregnant by my Fluffy, but he did it naturally. Is that a big deal? Yeah, that's a big deal. That your Fluffy can naturally mount. No, that's something to be celebrated. But I would definitely get her tested to confirm to see oh, Renea. We haven't seen you in a while. Okay, Bliss. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap up today's segment. I had an amazing time, sharing what's on my heart, getting it all out. I know that, these conversations are not for everyone. Because, people are in different seasons of life, and that is okay. Maybe 2 months ago, if I were hearing someone who is a full-time content creator saying they're going back into corporate America, I would have so many questions. Maybe I wouldn't understand. But now, hindsight, I do. I totally understand. It takes a lot to build a business, and it takes a lot to build a brand, especially when you are funding that business yourself. And I don't want to I don't want to grow stagnant. Like I don't want to lose my skills. I want to expand them. And for me to expand my skills, I have to be around other people. Like I have to there's a need for me to be around other trailblazers. Like I have to be around creative people. I have to be around hardworking people. I have to glean from people who have grit but grace. people who are honest, but very crafty. Those are the types of people that I want to be around. So that is what I'm hoping to find, in the federal government and in the workforce. And I'm really, really, really excited about this opportunity. Maybe on another live, we will be asking you guys if y'all want to see that journey here or on Miss Dreeks. But either way, we'll figure it out. But Babe said, but wait until 25 days to test her. And then Kay said, I completely understand. Kay, months ago, I didn't understand. I don't know. I don't know if I can take the baby and Babe could kind of like close us out. I'm not sure if you. Okay, he wants to close. Oh, well, he wants me to close. Months ago, I would not have understood this. If my husband would have told me this months ago, that babe, I see you working again, I probably would have laughed it off. But honestly though, if he would have come to me and said I had a dream or I feel in my spirit, I would have trusted his spirit 100%. But just like in natural conversation, if babe would have been like, oh, babe, I see you working again, I probably would have laughed it off. But I'm excited. I'm so excited to meet other women in business and other veteran-owned business owners. I'm so excited. Like, I want to meet people because one thing I know about corporate America, and I'm wrapping up, y'all. One thing I know about corporate America, people can start some businesses, baby. People in corporate America, they could be like the vice president of finance, and they have a marathon company, and they put on these huge 5K marathons all over the world, or they have these finance companies while they're working their full-time jobs, and they fund their angel investors, and they fund other businesses, or they know accountants, and they know attorneys, and they know like it's sorry, babe. There are so many opportunities that can come from this opportunity. So I just pray that we find the right one, and we will. I have no doubt we will. Wherever I end up, I know that it's an opportunity for me, but it's also an opportunity for them to have somebody on their team that's not going to give up. I know that for a fact. I know the value that I bring to anywhere I am. And I'm really, really, really excited to share that piece of my life with you guys, but also to enhance another team, another organization, and other staff members. Because one thing I do well is pour into people and allow them to see things in themselves that they may not have seen otherwise. So I'm so excited. Can't tell you how much I'm excited about this opportunity. But um that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Married Mom Entrepreneur live chat where today we talked about, are you willing to risk your own money to wait for a business to grow? And my answer is yes. And so many of you said yes too. And Kay said networking, that's what it's called. Of course, girl. Yeah, to build your network, of course. Of course. Oh, and we don't know if it's gonna be in Houston, but but y'all stay tuned to find out. But remember that the same old. You have something to say, bro? Okay, y'all remember that this you want to be Broom the Dogs or wrap it up? Oh, remember that the same old story is the same good news. We love y'all. We're gonna see y'all soon.